It's a new year, and the best thing we can do for our year is to equip ourselves with ways to regulate our emotions. As we know that we are going to be thrown with different challenges throughout the year.
Challenge accepted.
So without further ado, let's go to the 10 ways how we can survive 2024.
I will survive. Hey, hey.
Woo! The first is sleep. So sleep can actually be the thin line that separates us from behaving like Bruce Banner.
I'm not fighting any more beings. I'm sick of it.
Or Hulk. Why is that so? Our brain has an emotional control center which helps to regulate our emotions and process difficult emotions so that when you wake up from your sleep, your depressive symptoms are lesser and you actually feel like you can cope with this problem. Isn't that amazing? So what is this emotional control center of our brain? It's called the amygdala, which shares extensive connections with the prefrontal cortex, and together they both form a neural system which helps process emotional stimuli, especially negative ones.
Cool.
So when there is a lack of sleep, especially deep sleep, which is REM sleep, the connections between the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala becomes weakened. So the amygdala becomes hypersensitive, which is why when we do not have enough sleep, we often find ourselves getting irritated at almost everything.
What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?
Whatever I feel like I want to do. Gosh.
Therefore, a good night's sleep improves your emotional resilience and helps you cope with challenging situations.
Ain't nothing but a thing.
Next, we go to nutrition. So we all know that processed foods are actually harmful for our mood. There are a few ways where this happens. The first is when we eat excessive sugar and refined carbohydrates. There's a rapid spike and crash in our blood sugar, which will lead to irritability, mood disorders, and fatigue. Secondly, when we eat a diet high in processed foods,
Fried stuff with cheese.
it leads to a condition called leaky gut, whereby our gut becomes permeable to toxins. Toxins escape into our bloodstream, which will cause inflammation in various systems in our body. And this will directly affect our brain and our mental health.
Why, God, why?
Let's go to the next one, which is social media. Is it a coincidence that depression rates have increased since the introduction of social media?
Yeah.
Why is that so? We tend to compare ourselves to everyone and everything we see on social media. Social media is designed to show the best parts about someone's life. So people are only posting happy things and things that are going well in their lives. So how can we detox from social media? Just take the phone and put it away, delete certain apps. The next is sunlight. If you're sitting in your house or your office and you're feeling low in energy, you're feeling down, just walk out into the sun for 10 minutes and you will notice how much more energized you feel and how much happier you feel. So when we go out into sunlight, our body actually starts producing more vitamin D and serotonin, both of which are linked to an elevated mood. So the next is circle, which is who we surround ourselves with. If you're constantly feeling low, feeling rejected,
Stop right now, all right? Let's just back off.
feeling like you're not good enough, it is important that we check who we are spending our time with. Because sometimes we could be spending time with people who are draining our energy, who do not want the best for us.
I can't go to Taco Bell. I'm on an all-carb diet. God, Karen, you are so stupid.
So if you're surrounded by toxic people, then it's time to let them go.
Fine by me.
The next few rules are about how to think when we get handled a difficult situation. The first is positive thinking. So what do you do when you're stuck in a traffic jam? Most of us tend to get angry.
No.
You can use this time as a gift to do something else, such as listening to podcasts. If you're stuck in a jam every day for an hour and you listen to an educational podcast or a self-improvement podcast, you actually go home feeling much better. Next, we move on to gratitude. So how can we practice gratitude? Say thank you to anything and everything that comes in your way. So we all say thanks when we get something really good, right? You get a present, you get a job opportunity, you get a promotion. We say thank you so much, I'm so appreciative. So try also saying thank you to all the little difficulties that you face, because you know that the universe has put a silver lining in them.
Thank you.
And if you can't find a reason to be thankful for, go back to the basics. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have the next meal coming? Do you have a transport to your car? Do you have a job? Do you have a family member? So wake up every day saying thank you. Go to sleep every day saying thank you, because a lot of people did not see that day. The next is exercise. Humans are made to move, run. So we all know that exercise has amazing impact on our mood and how we feel. And if you want to start exercising, just check out my other videos.
What? Where?
The next is called the 5x5 rule. What does this rule state? If it does not matter in another 5 years, then do not spend another 5 minutes thinking about it. A lot of things that happen today may not matter tomorrow. So pick wisely on what we are going to be worrying about, what we are going to be stressing about every single day. And for the final rule, accept challenges and difficulties in life. As much as we love to be happy all the time, it is also not always possible, because where do we find happiness? We usually find them in comfort. However, comfort is not the place where we grow.
If you only do what you can do, you will never be more than you are.
So if we are constantly finding happiness in comfort, we are not going to be feeling great all the time. In fact, we might feel a lot worse.
Man, can't anything go right in my life?
Life's purpose itself is to overcome challenges and to improve ourselves.
I'm a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
So see your pain as something that is good, something that is going to keep you stronger tomorrow.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
So where does happiness lie? Happiness lies in the pursuit of reaching your goals. So set some goals, because that is the best way for all of us to reach our happiness. Think about all the movies that you've watched. We all love a hero character because of their ability to overcome the challenges and how they come out as an improved person at the end. So in your story, you are the hero.
I am McLovin.
The hero that overcomes the challenges and rise to become a better person. So anytime you get a problem, say bring it on. Don't say, is that the best you've got? Because that actually sends a different message to the universe. They might give you a bigger problem, so we do not want that. And with that, I wrap up my very long lecture on how we can survive 2024. So Happy New Year to everyone. I hope this year we face our challenges with more grace and a little bit more happiness.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
And remember, you're amazing.